Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this detachable peplum belt, and if that's something that you like to see, definitely keep watching. I like it because it can take your outfit from drab to fab real quick. So yes, it's something that you need to own. To make your detachable peplum belt, you'll need your measuring tape, you'll need your fabric scissors, you'll need some pins, you'll need your tailor's chalk or fabric marker. You'd also need your fabric, and for my main fabric I'm using Ankara, and you only need a yard of Ankara, guys. I found that I had more than a yard, but I only ended up using 1 yard of Ankara. And because my Ankara has navy blue as the base color, I went ahead to get navy blue satin, 1 yard of navy blue satin for my lining, and of course I went ahead to get 1 yard of interfacing just because I wanted my peplum to just have some more structure and body to it. Depending on what type of circle you decide to cut, I've gone ahead to put this measurement and this notes onto the screen so that you can have a look. So if you want to cut a full circle, which is a 360-degree circle, you would have a lot of fullness in comparison to a 90-degree circle, which is a 1/4 degree circle. And the formula to find the radius or the waist radius for this is on the screen. So for instance, for a full circle, the waist radius would be the circumference, which is the waist measurement, divided by 2 pi, where pi is 3.14. Start off by folding your fabric into 4. Because we're cutting a full circle, which is a 360-degree circle, you want to fold your fabric into 4 like I'm doing right now, and then you want to make sure that you have 2 folded edges like I'm showing you right now. So that's the first one and the second one. Then you want to have another folded edge. Afterwards, you want to mark out your waist radius at the apex where the folded edges meet. Starting at the apex, mark out the waist radius all around like I'm doing right now. You want to make sure that your measuring tape is placed at the apex at all times. And if you're not sure how to find the waist radius, I have put the formula at the beginning of the video. So you basically want to check out that formula. So to find the waist radius, what you want to do is you want to get the waist circumference divided by 2 pi, because this is a 360-degree circle. From the waist radius curve, mark out the desired peplum length as shown. So for me, I went with a peplum length of about 10.5 inches. However, if you wanted longer or you wanted it shorter, you can definitely mark that. The reason why I went with 10.5 is because I want to kind of do like a high-low peplum. So yes, you get to see how I do that as we go on. After marking the peplum length, go ahead and cut along the marked points. To cut the lining, we're going to repeat the same thing, and because I don't necessarily want to repeat the process, what I go ahead to do is fold my lining into 4 and then pin, the circle that we just cut onto the lining. However, you want to make sure that the folded edges are lined because you don't want to cut on a separated edge, guys. So you want to make sure that you're cutting on 2 folded edges like I'm doing right now, and then you want to cut the lining using the main fabric as a template. And again, you want to repeat the same thing for the interfacing. So you want to go ahead and fold it into 4, and then you want to cut out, the circle using the other fabrics as a template, making sure you also place it rightly so that the folds are lined. Because the circle we've just cut is a 360-degree circle and we would like to open it up, go ahead and slit 1 fold on each circle. Iron the interfacing to the fabric, and like I mentioned earlier, I decided to use interfacing so that I could have my fabric a little bit more sturdy. So yes, this is what the interfacing looks like, and in Nigeria it's called hairstay, and it has one side that is rough and that's the side that has the glue. It's also a slightly glossy side. So now that I've ironed it, I'm going to go ahead and position my peplum properly onto the table, making sure to notch the center. This next step is absolutely optional, and you should only do this if you want a high-low peplum. Because I want a high-low peplum, I folded my peplum into 2 equal parts so that I have one folded edge and one separated edge. And then starting at the folded edge, I went ahead to measure the shortest length that I wanted on my peplum, and then I gradually increased it till I got to the separated edge length. So after that, go ahead and cut along the marked lines so that you have the folded edge as the shortest length and the separated edge as the longest length rather. After cutting out the desired shape on the main fabric, use the main fabric as a template to cut out the lining. So you want to go ahead and pin the lining at the main fabric to the lining, making sure that the folded edge aligns with the folded edge of the lining and the separated edge aligns with the separated edge of the fabric. After making sure that it all aligns, go ahead and cut out the lining using the other fabric as a template. Notch the center of the lining as well as the center of the main fabric. Afterwards, go ahead and open up the lining and then place the main fabric on it. You want to make sure that the right sides of both fabric or both pieces of fabric are facing each other. And with the interfacing, it's easy to tell the right side of the Ankara. So basically, the right side of the Ankara is the side that does not have the interfacing. You want to make sure that the centers align. So that notch that you just put, you want to make sure that they align, and you want to pin it together starting at the notch area and pin your way all the way around to the end of the peplum. If you find that the peplums are uneven, go ahead and trim off any excess and then pin along that point like I'm doing right now. After pinning all through the peplum, go ahead and mark out the sewing allowance of 1/2 inch all through like I'm doing right now, and then you want to go ahead and sew along these marked points. After sewing the peplum all around, snip off all the corners and then go ahead and notch the peplum all around along the curve. Turn the peplum inside out, making sure to push out all the corners. Afterwards, give it a good iron. Sew the fabric to the lining along the waist circumference. This is to keep the lining and the fabric in place. Starting at the center, go ahead and create the pleats that you like to have on your peplum belt. So for me, I decided to start my pleats at 3.5 inches from the center on both sides. So whatever you do on one side, you want to repeat the same thing on the other side. And that is if you're doing a symmetrical design. So a symmetrical design is a design that happens on the left and on the right hand side of an outfit. It's important to mention that the intention and the original design for this peplum belt is for it to go from side to side across my waist. It's not a full belt, so it wouldn't go all the way to the back. If you were hoping for something that would go all the way to the back and still have pleats, then you definitely want to cut off about 2 times your waist measurement. So basically what you'll be doing will be you'll have 2 times your waist measurements divided by 2 pi. So if you wanted to cut a full circle and your waist is 20 inches, you want to do 40 inches divided by 2 pi. I hope that makes sense. After pinning the pleats and you're happy with the results, go ahead and sew the pleats in place by sewing along the waist circumference. So guys, for this I opted out to make a band. However, there's always the option of just making a super long strip that you can just tie, but because I'm making a band, I'm going to use a measurement close to my waist measurement and then use my skirt hook and eye. Next, cut out a band. To cut out your band, you need to cut out a strip of fabric that's about 4 inches wide and about 2 inches longer than your waist measurement. So in this case, the waist measurement I was using is 30 inches. So I've gone ahead to cut out a strip that is 32 inches long and 4 inches wide. Fold one edge of the strip over as shown and then go ahead and sew on a 0.5 inch sewing allowance. Turn the strip inside out, making sure to push out the corners. Afterwards, go ahead and pin the inside of the strip to the very edge of the peplum so that the edges align with each other. You want to pin the inside of the strip to the peplum, making sure you are pinning from the back of the peplum as shown. So you want to pin all the way through the waist circumference of the peplum, and if you know how to attach a band to a skirt, it's basically the same method we're applying. After pinning, sew the band to the inside of the peplum as shown. Be careful not to sew both ends of the band to the peplum. You only want to sew one end of the band to the peplum so that it looks like this at the back. Close the second edge of the band by folding it over and sewing on a 0.5 inch allowance. You want to make sure that you're sewing on the wrong side. After closing the edge, turn it inside out and then push out the corners. Then go ahead and top stitch the band close as shown. It definitely helps to pin my band into place before top stitching. So what I'm doing right now is I'm folding the edges that will need to be top stitched into place and holding it with a pin. Afterwards, I'll just go ahead and top stitch all the way through. After top stitching the band closed, this is what it looks like, and if I can say so myself, the top stitching looks absolutely neat. So guys, we've come to the very end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was worth your while. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to leave your comments, suggestions and feedback in the comment section, and also don't forget to follow me on social media. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you once again guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.